Hi, everyone. Welcome to All About Life. And this week we're learning 7 strategies to solve a performance gap. So the first strategy is simply going and looking at your life and identifying what are the performance gaps, whether they're in your life at home, work, your health, your hobbies, your interests, your athletics, whatever it may be, your relationships, identifying that performance gap. And then secondly, and this is something that I learned in graduate school and I'm doing it throughout my career, and that is to prove the gap. To prove the gap. Because if you identify a gap, but you're not able to prove the gap, then I'm not so sure it's worth pursuing the gap and solving the gap. Now, here are 2 insightful ways of doing so that will keep you away from a lot of further work, potentially. The first one is are your words and communication, body language, etc., are there too many, and whatever it is that you're doing or accomplishing that you're thinking might be a gap, are there too many errors being done? And if the answer is yes, there are too many errors, then most likely that's one of 2 areas. One, it's either a process problem or there are performance variables, which is what I help both on the process, the identifying, etc. I help with all of this. But there are performance variables or factors, human performance variable or factors that are creating or making those errors happen. This could be as simple as not having the right information or knowledge, the communication not occurring in the team or in the relationship between people or whatever it may be. It could be your energy, it could be your stamina, it could be your focus, it could be your balance, it could be your ability to visualize, it could be your ability to react, it could be your ability to have dialogue back and forth to get to a better solution for both people versus one person always seeming to win just because for whatever reason you acquiesce or they have this convincing way of themselves and you just don't want to deal with it, so you just go along with it. And of course, over time, that's not going to be any fun and enjoyable, and it won't produce the better outcomes that you're looking for. So these are a lot of the performance variables. It could be you have an injury. It could be that it's a relationship thing in the sense that you don't really have a problem with this with another person, but you do with this person. And the reason is because this person either rushes you or they do something. And so you need to find ways to de-escalate that or to make it so that they're aware so that they understand what it is that's happening. It could be just the way that you're thinking to yourself or what I call self-thinking. Some people call it self-talk. Or it could be that you're just not using enough intensity. You're not having feeling that intensity, those endorphins. You don't know how to create it. You don't know how to stimulate that energy. You don't know how to make something that's serious, not only serious, but have enjoyment and fun with it. And one of the ways you do that is by just beforehand identifying what is the breakthrough that you want. What is the breakthrough that you want to create? And then what do you want to do? How do you do it to make that breakthrough happen? And of course, I work with my clients individually on this, and everybody's totally different. But these are all human performance factors. And you might think like, hey, look, I'm not this, I'm behind a computer at a desk most of the day or on the phone, etc., talking with people. I'm not trying to win the Olympics. I'm not trying to, play a sport. I'm not trying to do any of that. But the same performance variables for athletes also occur with people doing everyday work in all walks of life, all types of jobs. And so that's very important for you to realize. It could be that that your ability to concentrate or pay attention is that's one of the human performance variables that's not there, or needs to improve or get better. And there could be a lot of things influencing all of these human performance factors or variables. But see, the point is a lot of times it is not the hardcore knowledge. Sure, you can always gain more knowledge and have more knowledge. There's no doubt. However, you need to look at knowledge also in another way, and as intelligence, in the sense that you have intelligence or can think intelligently or do intelligently or feel intelligently these human performance variables, like how to respond to fear or how to calm your mind, those kind of things, how to prevent nervousness before a presentation, all of those kind of things, how to prepare. And see, that's where, when you understand the human performance variables and you implement the tools that I help you with, you're experiencing intelligent breakthroughs. Because think about it, and I'll just name a few of the human performance variables. If you have energy, if you have concentration, attention, focus, if you are not fearful and know what the goal is, or what and how to create a breakthrough, or what you want as a breakthrough, and how to evaluate it and measure it. If you have all of these things, if you know how to prevent an injury, if you know how to use the right words in communicating with someone, how to react to someone with your eye contact, body language, as well as your words, and be able to take care of the situation to where both parties are going forward, not you winning or they winning, but it being a win-win. See, if you have all of these things, okay, and let's say you don't have, you have energy, so therefore you don't have mental fatigue. So if you have all of these things, just imagine how much easier it is for you to do your desk job, you to do your job in front of a computer, in front of your clients, on the phone, whatever it may be. And then, of course, if you have athletic aspirations or endeavors you're involved with, of course, you can see it there as well. And so that's a lot of what I do with my clients. And that is something that's very, very important. And of course, what are you thinking and processing in your mind is very important. And then, are you being in the moment? And a lot of this goes into my ability to help you to perform and put you and experience the zone. Therefore, you'll experience intelligent breakthroughs. So yes, there are intelligent breakthroughs in these human performance factors or variables, as well as there are intelligent breakthroughs in just the fact that you've learned a new skill. And look at the human performance factors and variables as also intelligent skills. They're just a different type of intelligent skill. They're not necessarily the traditional knowledge-based skill. They're still knowledge skill, but they're not the traditional knowledge-based skills. They are the performance knowledge-based skills. And I'll repeat that again. They are the human performance knowledge-based skills. And see, these are the type of things that you need to be able to work on, like feeding your motivation, inspiration, like knowing how to receive encouragement and feedback, and if somebody's being critical of you, how to react to them to where they understand that that's not of real value, but if they were to give you a tip or a pointer or some intelligence, then that would help you versus them criticizing you. Or how to affect your mood. You know, mood changes are instant. So what's going to shift that? And then it's also, of course, you know that you need to have a positive attitude or a can-do attitude, right? And so when all of these things start to add up, then everything starts to become easier. And so that's what I'm focused on today, is just the first strategy, and that's to identify and prove the performance gap. If you're not able to do both of those, then it's not worth pursuing to the next strategies, the other 6 strategies. And so that's very important for you to understand. And of course, throughout my videos, I've been giving you different tools to use, and I have a bunch of tools, and they're all used in different areas. And of course, I have my workbook that some of you all are using. And, you know, and I know that my workbook makes it easier. It's just the thoughts that you have to, and you know, you receiving the value first of doing it at the right times, and then realizing, okay, but this really works. By doing this, it makes it a lot easier. Therefore, I'm going to keep doing it. It amazes me, not amazes me, but it actually intrigues or can't figure it out why, when something's working, someone wants to go back to their status quo or what they were doing before. And I can't figure it out. And the only thing that I can think of, and you know, I've done it myself, is that we expect it to be difficult. You expect it to be hard because people have told you, oh, to get into that school, you've got to really be just this super, you know, got to have this, or to get into that company, or you know, to get promoted in this company. I mean, you've got to really, or you know, you want to be a what? You want to make your tennis team, you want to play college tennis, you want to play pro basketball, football. Oh, then you got to be really, really, you know, almost like you've got to be like godlike. And it's like you get all of these things, and here's the actual reality. The actual reality is that you learn and you create breakthroughs as you go through, and you find people that can help you to experience those intelligent breakthroughs. That's how they do it. And of course, yes, they do most of the work. There's no doubt about it. You know, I'm not going to take away any of my clients' successes and say that I'm the one that did it for them. No, I did it. They did it. I just helped them, and I gave them the mental performance tools, the life tools to make it happen. And when you have those tools, again, it just becomes easy or easier. And it's a process. There's no doubt about it, but it's a rewarding process. It's a performance process that has practical rewards. And so you need to identify what those practical rewards are for you. And that's what I would do in my sessions. And so that's what today was about. Today was about just identifying and proving that a performance gap exists. And when you can do that, then you can go to the next strategy step in solving that performance gap. Now, again, one of the first things you need to do, though, before you start going towards trying to prove that gap, is just look at the errors that are being made. What would it be like if those errors weren't there? And if you need help with that, then I can definitely help you as a mental performance and life consultant and coach. And it's not a simple, easy thing, right? I mean, I give you example after example where someone keeps repeating the same error. And the reason is because you're trying to do the same strategies over and over, and it's not working. They need some outside help. And they're not doing it on purpose. So they're not doing it to displease them or to tick you off if they're doing something for you. They're not doing it on purpose. They just don't know where else to turn to. And so I'm a resource for that. If something here helped you or resonated with you, you can contact me at 864-569-2315, or you can email me at raj@rajgavrola.com. Today, we're going to talk about the same topic and this same strategy, identifying and proving the performance gap that you want to solve at 4 o'clock in experiencing intelligent breakthroughs in your sports performance and life.